here?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Is my
So,
audio good or bad? Dog shit.
it sounds decent. It sounds good.
All right then.
All right. So what do you want me to call you first? Just to say your
Uh,
name.
my name's Bob. Just call
Bob?
me Bob, I guess. Yeah,
Damn,
Bob.
Bobby. All
Yeah.
right, I'll call you
B.O.B.
Bob.
Bob.
B.O.B. Bob. All right, I already told you this, but just tell everybody again if anybody else wants to debate me on this. Um, keep it TOS. I don't want to get banned. No slurs. No like hateful shit and shit like that. It's mainly like the big rule I have just because I don't want to get banned. But other than that, yeah, we can get started. Oh, I'm not gonna look at chat because uh I might lose my train of thought if I look at it. So I'm just gonna it's just gonna be you and me.
That's fine. Yeah.
hmm All right. I think so. To start this off, I'll say, what is your position? And I think we just take it from there on abortion.
I mean, there's plenty of nuanced positions on this, but I don't think those nuanced positions really matter. Like, you're either pro-life or you're pro-choice. I mean, people or people are don't really care, but I'm pro-life.
hmm
I guess. Uh, Not. I guess I am.
All right. Yeah, and I stand on the side of pro-choice on this matter. Okay. So now we know where we start in the issue. I would like to say is ask you, um, do you believe that abortion is murder?
I'm sorry, I did not hear what you said.
Oh, do you believe that abortion is murder?
Uh, Generally, yes.
Yes.
That might be hypo.
Uh oh.
Yes, I do believe so.
Hold, you went robot. You went roboty for a minute there.
I'm sorry, I am outside a building and the internet connection may not be great. I may have to head inside at some point. I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's fine.
Um,
If you want to head inside, if you want to take a break and then head inside, we can do that.
it's nice out. I kind of prefer to be out here, but if it gets real bad,
All right. Yeah, just say what you said before. Oh, you're getting roboty again.
I believe
But continue.
I
Hopefully, it just
believe that I believe that an unborn child is a human being, and to end the life of that unborn child would be murder. So abortion is murder.
abortion is murder. Okay. Now, I think when it comes to that, we have to decide and we have to argue on what makes a person. Like, so you, once, I believe for you, well, correct me if I'm wrong, is for you, once conception, is made, uh, that, that, that baby is a person or that fetus is a person. Am I wrong on that?
Yes. I mean, the uh, yes.
I'm wrong or am I not wrong?
Uh, People cut the line at different places. I believe generally it should be conception.
Should
Like,
be conception.
uh,
Okay.
I've heard random people, and I don't necessarily agree with this. I don't see why they draw the line here. Um,
hmm
that a like now I'm not intimately familiar with the female reproductive system, but there's a certain point in time where the fertilized egg like becomes there's a difference in time before it comes fertilized and then before it comes like implanted in the uterus, and I've heard some people say that but this is so nuanced it's irrelevant at this point. I mean,
Okay.
um, I, I shouldn't really bring this up.
No, it's fine. But for me, I believe a person becomes a person. I think the value of a person is when they start and when they have conscious thoughts. And that usually happens in 22 weeks, which is pretty much 5 months during like gestation process. So I think after 5 months after the baby starts to have conscious thoughts. I am usually against abortion at that point, but everything before that, I am just like, if you want to have an abortion, go ahead and do it.
I mean, I understand that, but I'm not sure how you can make conscious thoughts uh, the cutoff line. I mean, a a unborn child before 22 weeks or however much you said, 5 months or so,
Hmm.
uh, it has the potential in the future to have um, thoughts, and
Hmm.
then you could have even farther down the line. Say someone's in a coma or something; they're
Yep.
brain dead.
Hmm.
Uh, they are do not have
Wait,
thoughts at the moment.
wait. You said coma and brain dead. Both of those two things are two different things. Brain dead, you're just pretty much dead. Coma, you
You're
have a
pickled. A coma,
chance.
you have
You have a chance for coming back. Brain dead, there's no coming back from that. So those two things are two different things.
um if you no, this is just
Hello? Oh shit, did he cut out? Did his connection just fall? Did his connection just falter? Oh no.
I'll head inside.
Oh shit. Oh, you're head inside?
Give me 5 minutes, please.
Alright, yep.
I'm back. I didn't actually move. It's a funny story. Like I'm uh outside my car right now. I'm outside the university library,
Mm-hmm.
and um, I don't want the car to get ticketed. So if the meter maid comes by, I've got to afford till they get off work. Um,
Alright, yeah, it's
or
fine.
I'm sorry. Um, I don't know if my audio is any better or any worse. I was
It's
also had
actually
headphones
it
in.
actually sounds a bit better and you're not cutting out, so it might actually be better
It may
here.
have been the headphones. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't want
Um
feedback going back into the. Uh, where were we?
yeah,
Coma
both.
and brain dead.
Oh,
Um,
coma and brain dead. Yeah, those two things are two different things. You shouldn't
um,
like really compare them like that.
yeah, not complete them. That's right.
Yeah.
Um, uh, my point was, all right. So if there's a point in time where someone is like an adult, like an actual human adult,
Hmm.
where they are unconscious or where they are unconscious, uh, what stops them? What stops you from like aborting them? I mean, it would seem to me that what stops you is your the potential that they will in the future uh, not be unconscious, and um, that's my point. And I used brain dead and coma interchangeably there because, like, I'm
Well,
not sure. Like, if you're in a coma, can you have like dreams or something? Like,
I
are
think
you
you
are
can.
conscious just
I do think you
not able
can,
to
but also I have
move?
to add I
I'm not
like
sure
to
this
add to
matters. I
that.
might be repeating myself here. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
no,
You speak.
I think you can, but I think to add to that is something that I also like about the conscious thing is that when you those people who go into a coma or people who go to sleep, they already had an experience, a conscious experience, and we are expecting them from a coma for them to wake up again and continue with their conscious experience that they already had.
I'm just not. I understand how the difference there, but I'm not sure that is a significant enough. I mean, personally, like again, it's the I guess the biggest thing that motivates me or motivates people who think uh, like me, I guess, is the potential, uh, not necessarily what there has been in the past.
Um, I mean, yeah, I disagree with it not being like significant enough because if it wasn't significant, then when it comes to my ideas and stuff, we can just kill people in their sleep if they don't have any dreams. Sometimes you don't have any dreams. You just going to like the blackness and stuff. But you already previously you already had a conscious experience, and then you know, we already expect you to wake up and continue your conscious experience from that. If we didn't, then you pretty much would be dead once you go to sleep at that point.
Uh, uh, I guess. I mean, there's going to come a point in time where we're going to have to agree to disagree. But
Hmm.
I'm not necessarily sure this is one of those places.
Yeah, I think
Uh,
this was my first argument. However, I didn't expect this argument to change your mind. I'm just presenting it to like for us to know like our arguments and know like our side of things and what we think of a person's person, and we can move on and go into other arguments. That's why I wanted to start with this.
sure, why not?
Yeah.
What else is there? Let's throw them out.
Yep. Well, I got another thing. I don't know if you know this, but banning abortions doesn't actually stop the amount of abortions had in that state and country. So banning abortions literally does nothing in preventing abortions.
I mean, I would like to see how that research is
Yeah,
conducted.
yeah. I have
Um,
I have the sources.
I mean, I like to read them. Just I'm not sure how you would test that. Like where.
I read that
Uh,
they followed around women in like not in America but other countries, and they saw that in um places uh where it was not banned, and other places where it was heavily banned, women turned to other means in order to not have that child. But yeah, I have the studies here. But I have a lot of them actually. So if you want to look over them,
yeah, I just saw like while I was getting the stuff up, you did your like 3 hour research stream. I
yes.
had a I had a differential equations test this morning, and that's what I was researching. It was a bitch.
Yeah. But yeah, I have about like four sources on this, and one of them leads to a direct study. Forget which one.
I mean, I'm just not. That just doesn't seem like it would. That doesn't really pass the sniff test to me, but I will admit it could be possible. Um, I will certainly
Mhm.
read these at least later tonight. Um,
But it says that most of the women I've read, they will turn to like a pill that will help them like flush the fetus out, and that's usually how they do that. That's how they get like another abortion.
yeah, it's not like the move. What's the Dirty Dancing, right? I don't
Yeah.
know if you've seen that movie. Like,
Do they go into like is that one talks about how some women go into like a shady area and like they get like the same abortion, but in they get something stuck up in their like vagina and stuff, but it's not like in a clinic, it's like in a hotel room and stuff, right? I haven't seen that movie, but is that what it's talking about?
I mean, that's a part of it. It's not like it's something similar. I mean, it's not.
Yeah. Yeah, one of them, I forget which one, says that it won't most women won't go back to that. Instead, they'll go into like other means by like that pill.
I mean, so obviously, like, no law is going to be effective, 100%, and
But this
so you
law
have to
isn't
just
effective at all.
well,
That's the
hold on.
issue.
You have to look at you have to.
Hello? You're cutting
I'm
out.
not necessarily sure how they measured or estimated the rates. Um, it's possible that it is so minute that um, it doesn't make a difference. I don't know. Um, however, uh, the fact that the, if the rates go down a little bit, that is
But they don't go
that is
down
a
at all.
win.
They don't even go down a little bit.
I'm just not sure about that. I mean, the concerning thing would be like excess deaths. Like the study, the University of Colorado study you sent me or whatnot.
Mhm,
Um, that's like if something were to change my mind, it'd be something like this,
mhm.
where you're having excess deaths due to pregnancy. But I'm not necessarily sure the specifics of like if the rates go down a little bit, that's a win. You're saying that there are studies saying that the rates don't go down at all. I don't necessarily believe that, but I could be wrong. Um, so what would change my mind is that the rates going down a little bit are getting outweighed by excess deaths that did not were not necessarily going to happen.
Yeah. Maybe on that one. I forget. I don't have that good of a memory. That's why I did a research stream yesterday, and that's why I tried to like put all my sources into my notes that I have here. But I will tell you the best way to prevent women having abortions is to give out condoms and like free condoms and free birth control pills. That is the absolute best way. Cuz me personally, I don't like women to get abortions. Women don't even want to have abortions, but it's a necessary evil. They'd rather have an abortion than have a kid that they have to raise pretty much their entire life when they're just not ready to. But yeah, because abortion is like it's taxing on the woman's body. So I don't want women to have abortion, but it is a necessary evil. But the best way to do it to prevent that is to give people free condoms and free birth control pills.
I don't disagree with you at all on that. Um, like if you want to, I would not be opposed to any effort, whether it be charity or government, to
Yeah.
increase the spread of condoms, whatnot.
Mhm.
Um, however, I will say now this is also a topic that people bring up constantly. Is they bring up adoption. Uh, I'm not necessarily sure that um, it's a lifetime commitment. Yeah, I understand that there is permanent physical changes, but I'm not sure how major they are. It's to me, it would seem at most it would be a 9 month ordeal, and a hell of an ordeal if it was unwanted. Um, and people will say that I don't know what's the orphanages or the adoption system is so fucked up it's not worth it.
Yeah.
But I would that's generally the refute to that. Um,
But I don't think that should be like a refute because I should have looked into that a bit more. But for what I know of like orphanages and like adoption agencies, there's just not good. A vast majority of them are just like not good and don't really help the child much at all.
I mean, comparing like I know there are people who want to adopt because I know people who are adopted. However, none of them are Americans. Like my cousin is one of like the Chinese girls that got left on some doorstep somewhere. Um, so one of my cousins went over to China and adopted a girl. Like there's a kid in my high school, two brothers that were like adopted from Russia. But they were all adopted as babies, like from foreignly. So I'm confident there's a supply of willing adoptees. I'm just not sure why. It doesn't make sense to me that they'd all be foreign uh, babies that are being
Babies.
adopted.
Well, yeah. If I mean that still doesn't like Because when I'm talking about this, I'm mainly talking about in like the United States, not like other countries. So
No, 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 no. I'm talking about the U.S. Just I'm agreeing with you that the U.S. system is screwed up because you would think there'd be more U.S. babies being adopted.
mhm.
What what I'm disagreeing with you, I guess, is that it seemed to me that you were criticizing like the whole uh, families taking in children, and there's probably some like foster care um, systems that are bad, but like uh, what I'm saying is that there are families looking for children. That that's not the problem. It's not the families looking for children. It's the delivery mechanism that it would get from uh, people who don't want the children to get to the people who want the children. I'm rambling. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, maybe, but how many children that go into like orphanage actually get adopted by another family? I need to look up how many, because I don't see that being like that high of a number.
I mean, you have people going into foreign countries, going to get children. I just don't see why they're not getting American children. So that seems to me like if there were American children available, uh, they would be getting them. So it seems to me that there are no American children available, and that is a failure of um, adoption system, I guess. And I'm generally talking about like adopting babies. Like I understand it becomes much harder as the child gets older.
Hmm. But I would like to say,
I'm not intimately familiar with this.
yeah,
It's just anecdotal
yeah,
evidence. I
yeah,
mean,
me neither. But I like to move on to something like go back. But I would
sure.
just like to say, instead of like focusing all your energy and other people's energy on banning abortions, you guys should just focus on your energy into like giving uh, uh people free condoms and free birth control pills instead. I feel like it's proven for that to be the best way to stop abortion. So instead of banning it, just focus all your energy on that. And then if you want to ban it, I guess you can go ahead, but it doesn't seem to work.
I think that's a reasonable criticism of the, um, I guess, pro life movement.
Um,
And I think,
oh, no, continue.
uh, I think now one of the things I'm going to try my best to do not do is uh, y- you can't make like appeals to religion on debates like this,
Oh
and
yeah. Yeah,
like
I did not want to go into that at all cuz instead
a
of talking
large
about abortion, we're going to start talking about religion. I don't want to talk about religion. This is not the debate we're having.
and a large portion of the pro life movement is particularly is Catholic, and it is my understanding that they are the most militant denomination against things like birth control. But
Yeah, them and evangelicals as well. Um Oh, I would like to say this to you. To just say this to you. Are you okay with the Oklahoma and Texas law?
I I generally agree with that. Like, so it goes back to that other the studies you were bringing up. Or, well, I have a big complaint with one in Texas. The Oklahoma one, I do not believe it has. I don't like the bounty hunting system in Texas.
Mhm.
That seems to me to be a system that can be abused. Uh, the but they generally go after like doctors and such. Like that's method.
Mhm.
Uh, um, what about it should I not like? I guess.
No,
So,
so okay, I read it, but just so we're on the same page, the Oklahoma bill is they'll get rid of abortion entirely, except when the mother's life is in danger. Am I correct on that?
that is my understanding. Yes.
Okay, so So it's unconstitutional because that goes against Roe v. Wade. Okay, so let's say that there are Democrats, okay, and they would want to get rid of people's right to bear arms, and they'll get rid of people's guns and stuff. Would you be okay with that?
I mean, so this goes into like this is a issue broader than abortion. This goes into the
Yeah.
role of the judicial system in the U.S. And I believe it was Hamilton in the like one of the Federalist Papers. Like the court does not have the power of the person, does not have the power of the sword. So the court literally cannot force anything without um, states agreeing with it or the federal government enforcing it. Uh, uh, so I mean, so there's that. But I guess it depends on the courts.
It depends on the courts
I
that
will
we said.
say, no.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Someone.
You got
Sorry, I'm
Robody.
rambling.
No, no, you got Robody. I wanted to hear what you said
Am I
before.
still
Yeah,
nobody?
you're roboting a bit.
I was rambling.
Oh, okay, so overall, it's a yes or no question. Would you be okay? Then just say it's a yes or no.
Uh, do you think is necessarily something as the right to bear arms? Uh, the right to bear arms is explicit in the commitment. Abortion is caused by that the 14th Amendment mean you have to pay,
I'm
and
sorry, you're
that
roboting.
means that you not know whether or not you are.
I
I'm
didn't.
still robotic.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything you said in that whole thing. Once you started answering my question, you started roboting like right away.
I'm so sorry about my audio quality.
Yeah.
You hear me now?
Yeah. Just say a sentence. Just try to ramble for a bit about anything. And then let's see if it robots.
Steelers are going to the Super Bowl. It's roboting.
No, it's continue.
All right, shit.
No, no, no. It continue.
Is it good?
Yeah, it should be good
Um,
now.
so, the difference between abortion. Now, this isn't a big difference. The court has made rulings on both, and they've ruled that you can't take away guns and you can't take away um
Abortion.
abortion. At least up until now,
Mhm.
that's what the rulings have been.
Well, still,
Uh,
because
but
Roe v. Wade hasn't been like overturned yet. It looks bad,
yeah, up until
but it
up
hasn't
until now,
yet.
on April 13th or whatever day it is, uh, 2022, there has been all the rulings have been pro gun and pro abortion for the most part. Uh, my point is, the Second Amendment is explicit in that there's a right to bear arms, and the the right to abortion is some quasi. You might have privacy because of the 14th Amendment, and because of that, the state can't know if you're having an abortion or something like that. The I don't think that those are necessarily um,
This,
same arguments, but I guess you could make it's the same constitutional question.
yeah, they're
Like,
still in.
what role
Yeah, they're still
what
in the
role the courts has?
Constitution. They're both still in the Constitution. That's why I feel like you should be against the Oklahoma ban. But if the Supreme Court overturns Roe v. Wade, which I hope they won't, but it does look like they will, then you can be like, okay, I should be fine with it. But for now, you should be against it because it is overturning the Constitution. So if they have a right to get away with overturning the Constitution, then what other? I don't like that because I don't
We
like
have
the government
Mel West
overturning.
and
I don't like states' governments
oh,
overturning like our Constitution.
I mean, yes, this is a on a practical level, yes,
Yeah, because it'll lead down to so many different bad things I do not want it to go down to.
balkanization of the U.S.
Yeah. So, do you agree that it probably shouldn't have happened, the Oklahoma ban? At least they should have waited until then.
Um, Probably. Well, I think there's a sort of a rhetoric right now that all these states are. Uh, I do not believe the court is necessarily independent. And I think this is sort of a stunt. So just now, this might be conspiratorial here, but uh, I don't think there are certain justices, specifically like Justice Roberts, um, they want to uh, keep up an illusion that the court is uh, wholly independent and wholly independent, and and that it matters. And when you have these states that tell the court to screw off, the court can either get it in a fight, which it may or may not win with these states, or it can disagree with the states. And what I think what you're seeing is a bunch of Republican states, like there's bills in Missouri and Alabama and Mississippi. Mississippi's the one that's going to the court, but I think they're trying to they're daring the courts to not agree with them. And Democrats, or not Democrats, but left leaning people on other issues may start using this rhetoric, and this isn't necessarily a
Yeah,
good thing, not
yeah,
for the
it's not.
stability of the U.S.
Because I am
I'm sorry
pro.
if I'm rambling.
No, no, it's good. Because I am pro gun, even though I am very left leaning. I am still pro gun, and that for some reason this I disagree with like a lot of left leaning people on this because a lot of left leaning people are anti gun, and I am pro gun. So I don't want democratic states to start giving rid of and undermining the Constitution like that, and like daring the Supreme Court to like stop them and shit. I think, like I said, that leads down to so many bad roads.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I guess there's a sort of a how much civility and how much not necessarily violence, but like chaos are you willing to support to uh, further some political goal? And I'm not necessarily sure th- that 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 does not sound. I would like it to be civil. Yes, that is a great point. Um,
Yeah, and I feel like about the chaos thing you're saying, I don't think it should be up to the states to decide like how much chaos like should be had. I feel like that's weird if we would allow that.
I mean, not to like expand this, but like there has been on both sides the uh, and increasing willingness to not necessarily abortion, but like conservative, liberal, leftist, uh, I don't know, fascist willingness to
Okay, okay, hold up, buddy, hold up. Fascists are right leaning. All right,
no no no
you
no
can
no no.
call
I'm
left
saying
leaning people
all sides,
fascists.
all sides. I'm not calling. Uh, uh, I'm trying to make a
A point. Okay, like all these groups of people, but I
uh,
still would. I don't still don't like you
every
doing
side of the
that.
political spectrum. So what I'm trying to say, you listen to people on the they everyone to the left of them is a uh, liberal socialist. They're the same thing. The liberal and socialist is the
Oh,
exact
I
same
I
thing.
understand what you're saying
And then
now.
if you go
Yeah,
talk to someone on the left, they'll say
everybody to the
they'll
right of
come
them
up
is
with every
fascist.
nuanced position on how
Yeah.
Joe Biden is uh, 1,000 times more right wing than Bernie Sanders. And to the extent they're, I'm trying
Okay.
to come up with
Yeah,
a
like
group that is
yeah, I
farther to the
understand.
right of Republicans. That is, I'm trying to say all sides of political.
Could be like alt right or
All
like
sides.
fascist.
All right, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been a good. That would have been a better term to use. Um, uh, there's an increasing willingness to um, use violence to achieve political messages, and I'm not necessarily that does not. It's prisoner's dilemma type philosophical arguments. Like
I mean, yeah,
we
but
all
I
do.
mean, I don't want to stay on this topic too much because it's like a different conversation. But I would like to say that if people do start, like regular citizens, like I think that's what you're talking about. If regular citizens starts committing crime and violence, then we have the state to um take them to jail, take them to court, and stuff like that. But if the state decides what is like chaos and what is violence, like who's gonna stop them?
I completely understand your point. You know what? I might even be willing. All right, here's I'll concede and say something. Retract. I believe that the Texas philosophically, I agree with the Oklahoma law 100%, but I don't necessarily agree with the
With it being
uh,
put out now, it should have waited
yeah.
at least.
Philosophically, I agree with it, but
Yeah, you should have. They
I
should
do
have
not.
waited. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the Texas law, I have a lot of reservations about like the bounty hunting system.
Yeah, that shit's
Uh,
insane. It is insane. All right. Let's see. Do you have any questions for? Because I have
I
been.
mean, so I did not come like I did not spend 3 hours live streaming like a debate prep like what studies I was gonna. My experience with this has been arguing dipshit arguments, wasting my time online. So I figured screw it.
No,
I
that
made an inflammatory comment on a YouTube video. And I got invited on, so all right, screw it. Why not? We'll
Yeah.
see how it goes. Um, so more of a discussion. I haven't really thought through um
uh
uh a question. Um,
I would like to say, I studied this for more than 3 hours.
no.
Sunday it
I'm
took
sure.
me
I'm
more
sure you did.
hours. Monday I did it on my own time, and then but it was Tuesday where I just like I'm doing this. Fuck it, might as well stream.
No. More power to you. Like
Yeah.
I was. I have. I'm going through school and shit right now. So
Yeah, I understand. Understandable. Hopefully, I might go to school soon too.
that like personal question. Like I just stumbled across your YouTube channel. Like ended up in my recommended feed one day. Um,
Nice base. My fucking finally YouTube has recommended my video to people. I am wondering if that was even possible at one point.
um, but like, uh, uh, you want to go to school? Like, this is a personal question, but like, how old are you? Like, are you
I'm 20.
you're 20?
Yeah.
Gnarly, I'm 22. Like 20 as well. I'm not 22. Um, the, like, I saw in one. I watched one of your videos. Like, I did. This was my research. I watched your uh Kanye West video.
Mhm.
Um, but
What'd you think? I thought it was
uh,
like one of my better videos or something. I liked the points I made.
it is the only video which I agree with you over 90% of the time on that.
Nice.
Uh, um, no, but like, what do you? I guess I don't know. This is supposed to be a debate.
I know.
The
No, well, I told you this can be as blood sporty or as nice of a conversation as you would like. If you started coming in here and disrespecting me, then I would have started disrespecting you, and we could have ended it in a blood sport argument debate. But you're coming in with a nice conversation, so I'm gonna give you the same nice conversation.
yeah. Hold on.
Is he holding on? I could read. Oh well, absolutely less has fascist tendencies. Yeah, every side has fascist tendencies, But just because they have fascist tendencies doesn't mean like they're fascist, you know. But fascism is right wing, is 100% right wing, is a right wing thing. Like you say, like right wing people can have some socialist tendencies. I would never ever say socialism is right wing. Socialism is 100% left wing. That boy's no good. First time chatter. What's up? Thoughts on Kanye? Yeah, I had a video on him. Thought about how what he was doing with the Pete Davidson situation was fucking cringe. I thought he is a bad person, and people and he's obviously showing signs of him needing help, and like people around him were being like super yes men, and hopefully he can come out of this knowing that whoever's backing him up on this is a yes man, and he can kick them out because he definitely needs better people around him. And yeah, and I fucking hate Kim Kardashian, yet what he's doing to her is super fucked up. And yeah, it's pretty much. And also, I don't think this has moved past him like saying he's doing this for his kids. He's not doing this for his kids. He showed that during his Super Bowl rant, how he had one of his kids there, yet he was still talking shit to Kim. He isn't a bad person. It's not his fault, and he's actually in a private island receiving treatment. It is his fault. He is a bad. Well, I don't know if I say it is his fault. 'Cause it is mentally. He is a bad person. I think it is his fault because I don't know anybody who has bipolar, but I seen other people who know other people. This is anecdotal, who have known bipolar, and they're saying them and other people are saying that I'm bipolar and I'm nowhere near acting as deranged as he is, and other people are saying, oh, I have a friend who is bipolar, and they're nowhere near acting as deranged as he is. So I disagree with he has a bipolar, therefore anything he does is like can be argued against bipolar. No, he still can control his body and his will and stuff. It's his friend's fault. Yeah, it's 100%. I do gather blame on his friends too, gassing him up. Anyways, back to the conversation. Are you still here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay.
One comment I would say, like, about Kanye is, like, you can have, deficiencies. You can, not necessarily mental illness, but you can, like, you can have problems, but you have to still be responsible for the consequences of you having those problems.
Yes. Based. And Kanye pilled. Okay.
Yeah.
Where were we? Okay, so you say uh abortion
I
is murder, okay? Let's go
Sure, yeah.
back to the thing. All right. So, should women who have miscarriages be charged with involuntary? Okay, no. Before we say that, should women who have abortions or the doctor that helped them have the abortion, should they be punished by the state? I feel like that's a better argument that I could lead.
Um, so logically, if you, a child, an unborn child is deserving of life, and depriving it is worthy of a crime. Uh, you have to have motive, though, and I'm not necessarily sure. Um, like
About the motive thing, I'm talking about like women who go into wanting to have an abortion and a doctor helping them. Forget what I said the first time. I'll ask that question again after the way you answer it.
it's it's. I would, yes, it is a crime, but it is better to um, criminalize the system around it. Like it's like drugs, sort of. Like it's not
Hmm.
necessarily good to have certain drugs, but the pervasive elements is the is the industry around the drugs.
Okay. Then
That's my analogy.
if that's your analogy, then you should stop using the abortion is murder argument, because if your analogy uh saying that analogy is to drugs, people who use drugs don't like really murder. So I think you should drop the murder argument because it's not the same.
I mean, yes, it's not the same, but I'm not. Well, it's not. I am making a. Uh, all right. This is a interesting uh point. Um, you have a.
I like to add on the drugs thing. When it comes to drugs and you using drugs, you're hurting yourself. But in my mind, I'm going into your mind. If you're saying abortion is murder, you're not just harming yourself, you're harming another human being. That's what makes it murder. That's what makes it especially bad.
My analogy is like the yeah a drug. You hurt yourself, and each person is an important member of the society which they live in, and hurting yourself hurts the society. And killing a unborn child is a crime against the child, and it also hurts society. The potential of the future. Uh,
Would it? What if the child um just becomes a serial killer and doesn't do anything good?
I don't know.
Yeah. Then I can just say
Charles
that.
Manson provided plenty of entertainment for people to spoof and make fun of. I don't know. Like
But is that a
I'm not
good trade-off for like lives being
killing.
ruined and like tortured and desecrated?
I mean, you. I think on it is overwhelming. Uh, there are overwhelmingly amount of people doing uh, good. All right, now this is a philosophical half glass
Yeah.
half full, glass half empty. I think there's overwhelmingly like more good people than there are like evil people or meaningless people. I I guess. Um,
I would like to
so
believe that too.
oh, um, I just don't think that kind of seems. I'm having like I guess I'm trying to refute that point, but that point just seems kind of like absurd on its face. That
What's absurd about
this
it?
person might be bad. That we're not going to have him. That's what's it called? What's the movie?
Is it
Minority Report.
Minority Report? No, but
Right?
I'm saying I'm saying that because of your analogy to drug use, and I disagree with that analogy to drug use. And by
I'm not. I'm not making. My analogy was the industries around it.
the industry,
The now there isn't as like you don't go after the you don't punish the person.
doing the drugs issue, we absolutely do right now.
No. We do. But to the extent at which we do, we should not do punish them as much as we punish the large scale dealers. Now that there isn't really like a large scale abortion dealer, um, but like that's the analogy I was trying to make. Like, yes, you do uh, punish uh,
But I disagree with that because our system about like the drugs industry right now is really bad. I don't even think you should ever punish the drug user at all. They shouldn't be punished. They should be cared for.
Eh, I, yeah, I mean, sort of like a prescriptive statement. So, like, I'm not necessarily saying like there needs to be consequences to doing something wrong, and uh, I I don't think doing drugs is a good thing. Now, you don't. It doesn't have. You shouldn't like throw them in jail. Drug users. Uh, like I don't know, marijuana or some bullshit like that, or I don't know. Uh, but uh, they're punishing themselves for the most part. Like you don't necessarily need to go whole hog, but like it's not.
I don't think they should ever be punished, even with what you're saying. They should have consequences for their actions. Well, we already have consequences for drug users, and it's not even like stopping them from doing the drugs. Most people who do drugs or even addicted on drugs, they don't like wait, put the heroin in their fucking arm, and then they go, you know what? I could go jail for this. I shouldn't put the heroin needle in. They don't do that. They just
I'm
put
not
the heroin
necessarily saying
needle
jail
in.
be the answer as a prescriptive statement. Like, um,
But you said they should have consequences for their
I,
actions.
I'm not.
I disagree with that. I don't think they should have consequences for their actions. I feel like they should be taken to a like mental health facility and have them be helped.
Uh, yes, I mean, uh, all right. So here's another like reason. I'm going to like say this. No, I'm not necessarily. Well, I do not personally that I know of uh know a woman who's had an abortion. Like I have the stories and shit, but I don't think they always necessarily know the decision they were making either. So
Oh, I disagree heavily on that one. I actually have a study, well, not study, like an article that says that 95% of women who have taken abortions do not regret it in later in life.
I mean, like if you're
What you say?
if you're addicted to something, continuing the analogy here. And now I'm not saying this is a perfect analogy. You're poking holes in it. But the without an intervention, do you think that like addicts at the end of their life say their addiction is necessarily do they regret it?
Yes, a lot of them do.
Yeah, I
Um,
get. I don't know.
yeah, I
Yeah,
do think a lot of them do.
you screw shit up
They
like
said
that.
they shouldn't have done that. They wish that they got help. I think I can say the same thing as like suicide people who wanted to commit suicide later on in life. They said they regretted ever trying to commit suicide. I'm pretty sure most people who get heavily addicted to drugs um do regret getting addicted to drugs, and it doesn't really work with this because I don't know if these women are coming back over and over and over and over again to get even more about abortions. I don't know if here it just says they only have it one time, and then they later on they say, yeah, you know, I don't regret it, or like they have it over and over and over again like addicts do.
Now, all right. So this is going to be. I'm not sure this is relevant. Each woman's different, and obviously at different points in time, a woman is at or everybody is at different stages in their life. They're capable of doing different things. But if you're, I don't know, like not if you do not go back for repeat abortions, I would think there is at least a possibility that an instance where someone would not go back to a repeat abortion would be the person thinking that the abortion was not worth it the first time. Um, No, I'm not. No, that's a stretch. I understand that's a stretch, but
Wait, can you say
because
that again?
that a possible reason in specific instances, in which a woman would not go back for a repeat for another abortion is because they do not believe their original abortion was worth it. I mean,
So
everything's
hold
there.
up, not understanding this. Oh, can you say it again? My brain must be giving out right
All
now.
right, sorry. I may not be. It's definitely on me. Um, so if you have a woman who every action I could argue is at least some sort of value judgment. All right, so
Hmm.
a woman gets an abortion the first time,
Yeah,
so they're at least
the first time.
uh, they 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 pre in their actions they agree with abortion. In their actions, they're pro-choice. Um,
Okay.
or in their actions they agree with abortion, not necessarily pro-choice. And then in the future, they get pregnant again, and then they choose not to get an abortion.
Hmm.
So in their actions in that specific moment, they were not pro-abortion. Is is the reason they're
Yeah,
not
but they weren't anti.
pro-abortion the second time because they had a negative experience the first time? Is that not a reasonable assumption
I
for
don't.
at least a fraction of the women you're talking about?
Maybe
Like,
a fraction of a
point.
fraction of a fraction, but I think most women want to have abortions because most women who have abortions are like lower income women, and a
Yeah, I
lot of them
understand that.
say they don't. They have abortions because they're not ready. They're not financially and
Money
in their
changes
life.
over
They're not
time, and then
ready to have
that's what I was trying to
to
preface
raise a
that
kid.
when I first made that suggestion. Yeah, like you're a different person at different points in your time in your life. Like
Yeah. Yeah,
um,
but the woman who doesn't come back to have an abortion, um, I think I read this. Oh fuck! I wish I. Maybe it's one of the studies I gave you that even women who have abortions do later on give birth to babies and have a family. I think just I think just circumstances in their life leads them to have abortions because they're not ready. They're not financially ready to have that baby at that moment in time.
I mean, I'm just trying to think. Like your original question here was, do you punish uh
Women, yeah, I was about to say,
women
um,
who have an abortion? I
yeah,
would say yes, but you don't punish. Yes, but for practical reasons, yes, you do punish them. There is a punishment. I'm not necessarily sure how severe it is, uh, but because they committed a um, they're at least an accessory to murder. Um, which
then you should go to jail because you're it's murder in your eyes. It's murder, and the consequences of murdering someone is to go to jail. And since they had to set up like an appointment, that would be premeditated murder as well. And if you disagree with that, then
I'm
you must give a
invalidating my
reason.
position on.
Well, wait, what?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
And I'll say, and if you disagree with that, and I'll give you the reason like why, then if you disagree with it, then you must see that, um, well, before, do you think there's a difference between a baby in the womb or like a fetus than a living, breathing human?
Um, yes, I do believe there's a difference. Um, but I'm not sure it's a significant one. All right, and here's my example. All right, like um, that they are human. They are a person. They have the potential to do anything like you and I can. Um, however, or let's do this another example, right? And like what's the trolley problem where like you get to switch the switch, like who gets killed or something like that. All right.
Mm.
Um, the trolley, the people are tied to the tracks. Say like one person on one track like was your like one person. There's
Mhm.
one singular person on one track, all right? And there's 15 people on the other track. But the 15 people are randos, and the one person is your mother. Like,
Ooh.
are you gonna save your mother or the 15 randos? Like, I don't necessarily. The mother is worth more to you than the 15 randos. Not that the 15 randos are worthless. You care about your mother more, and I don't fault you for making that decision. I just think that a living, breathing person is more valuable than a unborn child, but that does not mean the unborn child is unvaluable.
Well,
That was
no one ever says that the unborn child or slash fetus is ever like worthless. No one ever says that. But the issue I have with what you're saying right now is if you know there's a difference and you value a living, breathing person more, then why do you undermine the choice of the living, breathing person more than the fetus?
because I I don't the worst case scenario for the fetus is that it gets aborted. The uh worst case scenario for the the mother is
She gets her life
the,
ruined. You never financially. It's like the meme. I would never financially
is
recover from this.
hold on is the if she wants, she can get the give the child up for adoption. We can go back into the adoption argument again. Uh, I would not, because adoption has problems. I would not invalidate the concept of adoption. Um, but
I should have looked
it's
this
a
up. I never thought about like the adoption thing. But women
it's a
who
9 month
oh,
commitment for the woman, and it's the it's the end of it's abortion for the unborn child.
um well so you said they should give it up for adoption. But then I was thinking like do women who want abortions if they have the baby, do they give it up for adoption or they just or do they
Uh,
just
Think,
or since
think,
you can't really dissuade women from not getting an abortion, so should they so not should they so do they find another way to get an abortion since lowering banning abortion doesn't actually ban abortion.
I mean, you can always find a way around the law. There's and it the statistics you bring up would suggest, I'm not necessarily sure how accurate they are, um, that it is extremely easy to get around this abortion laws. Um, and in the U.S., I find it hard to believe that you like it wouldn't be that hard. Like the people in Texas, they're going to go to Oklahoma, and the people in Oklahoma, they're now all going to go to Colorado. Uh,
I disagree with that because like
that seems to me to be the simplest. It is a lot easier going to Denver to not break the law than to break the law
I
in
no, I disagree
Oklahoma
with that
City.
because going to another state costs money, and a lot of these women are in poor situations. And with the fucking gas prices right now, depending on where you live, how long do you have to fucking drive to go over there? You know how, and then also getting the abortion would probably, I don't know how much abortions cost, but I'm pretty sure they ain't cheap as well.
I, I'm I'm not n- so all right. So what you are so theoretically it would be legal in Colorado or Illinois or some random some state like that in the U.S. Right? What
California, New
you are
York.
yeah, I picked like those two because they're
Yeah.
surrounded by red states for the most part.
Yeah.
Um, uh, there you can not break the law there, or you either have a legal impediment in your state and you have a financial impediment to go to a different state, but the financial impediment would keep you from getting the abortion. So why is it unreasonable to expect that a legal impediment wouldn't also keep you from getting an abortion?
What do you
Uh,
wait? What do you mean by that? You say it again?
So the studies you gave me appear to suggest that people will go around, people will avoid the law. All right, the law is just an impediment to keep you from getting an abortion. All right, and people will go around it. And I suggested another way to go around it, but you brought up impediments like money.
Mhm.
I'm not sure.
And travel, and
And
because you have to
travel,
set up an appointment, and you have to do like vacation days. Uh,
money makes the world go
because you
round.
have to
If
go
you have enough
leave.
money, you can get enough vacation days.
Yeah,
I mean, that's my point.
yeah,
Like,
but these women are poor. If it wouldn't make sense if a lot of these women were rich or were more financially ready. But a lot of these women are more on the lower side of like poverty.
um,
It's
what
like the
I'm
same.
saying,
Oh, well, it's like
what
the
I'm
same
saying,
thing. Like I live in Indiana. Like I could go to Illinois and get weed there because it's legal there. But well, I don't want to incriminate anybody, but let's say I know. Well, I don't want to incriminate. Let's say hypothetically speaking, okay, law, okay, government, okay. I know people that just get weed in Indiana from their dealer. Like they don't go all the way to Illinois to smoke weed. Instead, they still stay where they're at in Indiana, where it's illegal, and they pay money because it's more convenient.
all right, hold on. This is the point. Um, this is why I don't necessarily uh agree with the studies you gave me earlier. All right. Um, e- everything is an impediment. Like whether it be the law, whether you don't have the financial resources to do something. All right. And we agree that there are uh impediments keeping you from doing stuff like uh the con- the the hassle of driving to Chicago um from Gary is too hard for someone, is an impediment that someone is willing to not overcome. And we're willing to say that people are going to be influenced by the impediments that keep them from going to other states to get an abortion. Why are we saying that they are now all of a sudden have the iron will to overcome all the other impediments, legal impediments, uh, in their own state? That is what I'm trying to say, and I'm rambling, and I'm not being
Um,
clear and concise in this.
I would like to say, do I don't know where these pills can be sold. I think they might be sold in Amazon. Do you think it'll be a lot cheaper to order like something off like a pill off Amazon that like help you with abortion than to go to another state that you have to plan out like your whole day or maybe your whole week for that, and you have to save up a lot of money to go over to do that, or just buy a pill off Amazon?
Uh, Assuming that's how it works, it would be easier to buy a pill off Amazon. Yes, but this goes back to my point with your studies and how it doesn't seem to pass the sniff test. Like the fact that the rate of abortions would stay unchanged. Uh, it, now a pill sold on Amazon. Now I'm not necessarily sure which one you are referring to or how
Ah, I forgot the
widespread.
name. I
How
have bad memory, dog. I
I'm not
forgot the
sure how
name.
common that is. Um,
Oh, it's fairly common.
fairly, well,
Well, getting that pill and having an abortion with that pill is fairly common.
what
I just forget
I mean,
which one. I
there's always going to be like advances in technology and shit, and you can use advances in technology to get around the law. But uh, let's say let's say they banned the pill. You cannot sell this pill in Oklahoma or something. All right. Yes, it would be easier for you to have an abortion if the pill was legal. But now that the pill is illegal, there is an added uh, inhibitor keeping you from getting an abortion. And we're acknowledging that other inhibitors, like travel, are willing keep people from getting abortion. It is unreasonable to think that uh, inhibit inhibitations like a law um, don't have any effect. Yes, it would be easier to have the pill, but if you can't get the pill, it is going to affect your decision whether or not you're going to uh, have an abortion. I'm sorry, I'm rambling.
Um, well, that's just one. I think that's the most common. I think other things as well. But I wish I read this like over and over because my memory again is not good. But I think I saw that if they can't get the pill, they just drink drink a lot of alcohol. I think try to. I think I don't remember. So forget which one it was. They will achieve their means by any other way, and the last resort when it comes to getting an abortion would be to go into like a hotel room and like fucking getting like the hanger thing stuck up
Yeah.
in them. That would be the last resort. Or but the last resort would probably to raise that kid.
I'm not sure that's the calculus, but I don't know.
I guess this one we have to agree to disagree on this one, I think.
I mean, I'm not sure why you brought this up. You were, I mean, we had this discussion earlier. But you were what were we talking about before this? You brought it seemed to me that you brought the shit. Someone wanted to say about
Yeah, I don't remember either. I don't remember how we started this conversation.
I don't know. I made a comment on some YouTube video. Um,
Well, that's the very beginning. I'm talking about like
yeah, no, I'm
yeah.
being facetious.
Well, um let's see. I was just like, again, like if forcing women like who are not prepared to have a child is forcing them to have a child, let's say like the abortion bans do work, that would just lead to more crime and them like leeching off welfare and stuff. I don't like using that word, but that's what's gonna happen. And
I would
and I feel like most of the time, where women who want abortion, the father probably wants them to have abortion as well, and doesn't want to be a part of the child's life, so they'll just go and fuck off. And we know that getting and being raised in a single parent household will lead you to commit to more crime at a higher percentage of you committing more crime.
I I agree with that, except that there's obviously the possibility that the child could be some sort of delinquent and that the father's some deadbeat. Um, but you could have that, or you could have the child be dead. Like that is the position where the pro life people are coming from. Um,
Or have women keep their bodily autonomy and their right to choose what to do with their body.
yeah, I mean, all right. What we here's something that the 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 discussion that usually I would have thought this would have came up earlier. The first off, I've already said that I I do not agree that your bodily autonomy outweighs the life or the potential life of the unborn child.
Mm.
Um, but as far as pro-choice, the vast majority of pregnancies are from willing sexual encounters. Um, the- there's there are choices that could be made in the before uh getting pregnant that could have been made that would not have led to this.
Like
Would not have led
getting
to the pregnancy,
free condoms and free birth control.
which I don't necessarily disagree with.
Yeah. But that vastly like um stops well prevents women from being getting pregnant. And if they do, well, most people have sex nowadays for pleasure in America right now. Well, I think all people. I think most people have sex for pleasure instead of just like, oh, I want to have a child. That's why I'm having sex.
I would agree with that, but I don't think like there is always the possibility that shit could go wrong,
Hmm.
and uh, it is my belief that that pregnancy is inherently tied to sex, at least straight sex. Uh, um,
Well, yeah, I disagree with that too because you again, um,
like
like two lesbians, two gay people.
that's why I said straight sex.
Yeah, but yeah, like I said, like I'll disagree with that. Like sex being inherent to pregnancy.
Well, all right. Uh,
And what about if it's like a cis woman that like is like infertile, she can't give birth. So
all right.
for her, it would just be pleasure with like
Now I
no
know there's
pregnancies.
IVF, the IVF and like shit like that, but it is y- y- try and get pregnant without sex. Like that's my point. Like
Oh, you can do that. Is fertility clinics.
that's my point. You can do that, but I acknowledge that, but that's not um, for the vast majority of history, and even today, that's not the norm.
I don't. I disagree with like the well. What about like trying to get sex and stuff? But I feel like we shouldn't like lean back to history and be like, oh, since it wasn't like that before, it shouldn't be like that today. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not invalidating like IVF or some shit like that. What uh, I'm just saying that I think it is reasonable to say that pregnancy is inherently tied to sex.
Pregnancy is inherently tied. Like I said, I disagree. I have to
The
disagree because of
possibility of
the.
pregnancy is inherently tied to sex, and you can have outliers, but they're outliers.
I like I said, the fertility clinics exist. I just them just existing would lead me to just disagree with you with what you're saying. To tie that up, maybe before then, yeah, you could have made that argument, but now since we have that, no, I reject that argument.
All right. Well, all right. No one accidentally like walks into a fertility clinic and gets pregnant. Like the
That's a movie right there.
um there is um
Yeah, you haven't tried that. I tried that.
uh
And I'm playing.
uh just I just don't think it's unreasonable to say that sex the possibility of pregnancy or the possibility of an accidental definitely the possibility of accidental pregnancy is 100% tied to sex, but you could say that is I've narrowed down my definition so much it's meaningless, but I don't know. I just
Yeah. Um But for the bodily autonomy shit, we're leading up to that about the pregnancy. Like, I mean, should we like stop people from scuba diving then? Because they always have a possibility of fucking drowning, or like, should we stop people from skydiving because they always have a possibility of fucking falling to their death?
I mean, there. Human life is a good thing, but it is not necessarily the greatest of things. There are things worth sacrificing life for. Soldiers do it
Yeah,
every
like
day and shit.
for your
Firefighters.
human right for bodily autonomy.
Yeah, hold on. But there is a difference between um uh a you dying, well, doing something, uh scuba diving. You dying scuba diving is different than someone else uh killing you or killing the unborn child. There is the intention behind abortion
No, I'm just
is
talking
to
about like not abortion, but for
remove.
like for sex. Like sex, you have
Hold on.
you have like
Hold
a
on.
possibility of getting pregnant. Scuba dive, you have possibility of dying, of drowning.
Well, hold on. So I'm gonna. The first thing, just overall bodily autonomy, like a woman's right to choose. I don't think she has the right to choose to kill someone else or to end the possibility of the life of the unborn child, and that is uh, abortion is doing something wrong on purpose. Dying, like COVID, like everyone was masks and shit. You had the you have to get a vaccine to protect the elderly, to protect the lives of the elderly. Like there is with abortion, you are purposely ending a life. With uh, other actions, you are not doing it on purpose. And then as far as sex, I think there are certain accidents that are tied in with certain actions. Like yes, drowning is tied in with swimming, but like
Okay, I got an analogy for you then.
I'm not saying I'm not saying ban swimming. I'm not saying ban sex. I'm saying
You're
acknowledge
not
the
saying that?
possibility that it happens, but you
I
accept the
am.
possibility that
I
it
am. We
happens.
should ban sex. Fuck sex. Who likes sex anyways?
Fuck it, everyone's an incel.
Yeah, yep. That's the world we need to live in. Um,
That'll cause world peace right there.
yep. Anyway, okay, let me give you this analogy. Let's say that random person gets in a car crash with a violinist. Let's say the random person runs a red light or whatever. Um, and the violinist is badly hurt and needs blood fast. And the only person that could give him the blood to save that person's life is the person that like got into car crash with him. Should the random person be forced to give up their blood in order to save the other person?
All right, so I was waiting for that one. So the answer is maybe.
Maybe.
So I'm not gonna outright say no. But however, the reason why that is not like sex, or not like sex, not like abortion, is or because if you are a person and you cause, well, hold on, what are the all right? I said I was ready for this, but what are the circumstances? Person A causes a wreck and causes person B to be
Badly injured.
badly injured and
Needs blood
and
fast.
needs blood fast, and person A who also caused the wreck has to
He's the only
donate
person
blood.
that could save his life. and in order to save his life, they need to like plug both of them in together, be hooked together.
Yeah. All right. First off, First of all, this is like not realistic. This has not happened. This never
No,
happens.
but
This is not,
that's why it's an analogy.
It's a hypothetical. I understand that,
Yeah.
but it is not. We don't need to see a hypothetical that will never happen. If
Um,
if abortion happens plenty of times, and we agree it's similar enough, um, there's no reason to get this random hypothetical. One, it never
I
happens.
disagree
But
with that. No, no,
that's not
no,
my point.
no,
That's
no,
not my
no,
point.
no, because even though it doesn't happen, because the laws we have right now prevent this from happening, but
I see.
getting rid of abortion, getting rid of people's human right for a bodily autonomy could lead this to happen.
All right. Well, I'm just saying. I don't necessarily think it's a perfect analogy because it never happens. And two, there's a difference in time scale. So you hear this one. You hear the violinist hypothetical. Too. That's similar. The uh the
I don't think it.
I'm not saying that the
Oh,
woman has to stay with the child forever. There is the I
but
would
well,
rather there wants want there to be some sort of adoption uh system.
no, but you're
And
forcing them to
I know I
carry
keep
that
falling back
baby
on
to
this.
term. You're forcing that person to carry that baby for 9 months.
And that might be one hell of a 9 months, but that is part of the um
And well, and for the
I
analogy, um, it doesn't matter how long. It could be like for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 9 months, 5 months. Doesn't matter. But forcing him to give up his blood to help the violinist, I think that's really bad.
all right, and the final thing is um uh shit, what the fuck was I gonna say? God damn it, fuck. Um, y- there, uh, um, shit, fuck, god damn it.
Well,
Uh, uh,
oh,
all right, so here's what I'll say. This, it is the states. I only got 13 minutes here,
yeah.
11 minutes here. Uh, it's 5 o'clock here. Um, here's my. I don't mean to dodge this, but it is possibly that I would actually agree that the person should donate blood temporarily or however long.
Oh, okay. So doing something that would hurt somebody else,
Well, all right.
you would
First of all,
have.
with the accident, all right. If you cause an accident, you already have to pay damages. Like,
Yeah, but you okay? Yeah, you can be.
you
You have to
don't
pay
have to. You
damages. You
don't
can
have
be
to donate.
sued. You can go to jail, but you cannot ever
y-
be forced to donate your blood.
That is correct. That is correct. Um, but I'm not necessarily sure it would be morally wrong to say you caused this accident for someone
Hmm.
and you have the possibility to fix it, and in the interest of this person and in the interest of society, that you should uh at least stick with do what you can to help the person as long as it is necessary for you to help the person.
Okay, so let me say this. So if you, I don't know if you're straight or not. I'm gonna assume that you are.
Right.
What if you buy a diamond ring for your wife to propose for her, or for your wedding? Now, what if someone just walks up to you, or like and tells you, "Oh, yeah, for you buying that ring, like poor children, let's say they're in America, poor children like in California, like that are digging up gold, diamonds, they get injured because you bought that diamond, and they got one of their hands chopped off. would they be in the right for chopping your hands off to help that kid?
Um, you have removed me so far away from the child.
Well, it doesn't matter. You buying that diamond leads to that child being hurt. Because if there wasn't like any diamond
We're getting to
industry of
like
you,
butterfly effect type territories here. That's my point. Like
let's
you could
say
use that.
you
As,
personally
well,
buying that
here's
diamond
here's something.
does
All right.
lead.
I I think uh sex not sex pregnancy is a inherent possibility of sex, and we have to accept that, and we have to understand that we should not terminate pregnancies. Um, I don't necessarily think getting kids' hands chopped off is inherent to buying uh, a ring. It is also
A lot of
uh,
people die. A lot of people from like Sierra Leone die because of like the diamond ring, them like digging up
but,
diamonds and shit.
I go to I don't know what's the place Zales. I give them money. I get a diamond. That is all I've done. Right. Uh, that is I have given them pieces of paper or a little plastic card. They give me a rock. Uh, it is other people in a chain that are engaging in actions. With pregnancy, I get a girl pregnant or a girl gets pregnant, uh, and that is an immediate reaction because uh, the dude came inside or some shit. Uh, um, the and with the car accident, you've uh, it is possible to say that accidents are uh part of the just inherent part of the cars, and you have to understand that. Um, and that if there's an accident, you should help people, and that maybe your bodily autonomy gets sacrificed for to help someone temporarily too. All this stuff is assuming temporarily. I'm not it no more than is reasonably needed, and the mother is no longer reasonably needed until the child is born. At that point, I don't know. This is a lot of stuff. I've got
Yeah,
6 minutes.
I wish we had more time to talk about this
If you want to
because
talk
I
about
still
other
this.
this again, I enjoyed this conversation.
Yeah, me too. I enjoyed it too. It was pleasant.
I'm sorry that
Before you
I'm not
go,
sure if I was coherent
yeah, before
all the
you
time.
go, well, I like to say that I still think that any time would be unreasonable. But yeah, we're done with the conversation. If you'd like to shout out somebody, shout out anything. Um, now's your time.
Uh, I don't know. There's this little restaurant back home. It's called McDonald's. You guys should check it out.
Damn, based. I love McDonald's, even though it fucks people up.
Fuck it. I don't give a shit. Uh, Steelers are going to the Super Bowl or some shit. I don't know. Pirates are going to win the World Series this year. All right, see you.
See ya. See ya. Good conversation. Have a good day, buddy. I think he's gone. Okay, so who followed me? That boy is no good. Thank you for the follow. Major 03X, thank you for the follow. And Danelaw 987, thank you for the follow. Abortion is a good thing. I wish it was a thing when my mother was pregnant with me. Based. I'm sorry. But it happens. I do think it's a good thing. That's sad, man. I hope you feel better in your life. I really do. Stop saying this is how the world works. No, absolutely it isn't. This was chosen for us, and we can stand up and choose it. And at any time, the world isn't structured the way leaders don't have control. It's the way because it's this way because we have chosen it to be this way. We can just easily choose it for another way. All we have to do is decide for together. I agree with what you're saying. I disagree with saying that it's easy. It's easily. I disagree with that. I don't think it's gonna be easy. I think that's what pushes people away, that They think it's gonna be easy, but then they realize no, it's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be difficult. It is gonna be difficult. But we can change the TYSM. I'm sorry, I'm brain dead when it comes to texting acronyms. I don't know what that means, but you're crying, so I hope you feel. That was a good conversation. That was a good convo. I want to have more debates. I kind of want one blood sporty debate, but if I have one in a while, just like really nice, insightful, like thinking about your issues and stuff like that, just like what we had with this old guy. I don't call him a Chad since he's pro-abortion, but he's nice. He's better than most conservatives who disagree with abortions that matter. Because I think he did concede to a lot of other points. I don't think I conceded to anything. I think I definitely could have used and made up a better analogy for the bodily autonomy thing, because he said yes to that, and I think that ball was in my corner. I needed to find out a way to show him, and another analogy, show him why that's bad for the state, for you doing something wrong and the state coming in and just telling you we have to give up blood. Like, should they cut off your dick if like got in a car crash, the guy's dick cut off? He said yes to the blood, so the government just cut off your dick and just implant it onto him. Now you're dickless. Like, that's another thing of bodily autonomy. That might have worked, but I don't know.